days like this that I wake up and I start to realize things, right? I start to realize that this whole world out here, pretty much almost everybody thinks the same, or they're fitting into a category of people, a group of people that think the same as them, right? So they believe those same ideologies, them opinions, those ideas, those traditional forms and narratives that people was pushing. And then I come to realize that, oh, maybe I'm different a little bit, right? Maybe I'm different. I'm pretty sure it's a group of people that think like me as well, but maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm different in the sense that I understand and I'm perfectly fine with being wrong. I don't have to be right about anything in this world. I understand myself that everything you've been taught your whole life or think that's possible or think that's true could potentially and possibly be wrong at the same time. That religion you believe in, the Bible you believe in, anything that you believe in, how a man should be, what a woman should be, how you should raise your kids, how you should go about doing this in your daily life, how you should have a job, how you should try to go be a millionaire or something. We all could be wrong about everything. We all could be wrong about everything. And for some reason, when you tell people that, it scares the hell out of them because they've been living under this program all their life. That's all they know. They've been living in this program all their life, and that's all they know. And they don't want to let it go. They gripped so tight to it, bro. They are gripped so tight to it that just one person mentioning something in the opposite direction, what they do? No, that ain't right. They blame it on the devil. They probably call you the devil. They call me the devil. You know what I'm saying? They'll start to talk down on you, start to talk crap about you. And most of it, and all of it, ain't even deserving of that level of BS, right? Like, all we wanted to do was just let it be known that, hey, you feel that way, and that's cool, but I feel this way. We don't got to agree, but just know that I stand on this side when it comes to that. People will automatically talk down on you, trying to tell you why you wrong, why they always right, why they always gonna be right, how you evil, how you need prayer, how you need this, how you need that. I'm not saying that nobody wrong for thinking like that. I'm just saying that when I see that stuff, I start to realize that, you think your salvation is in that church. You really think that salvation is in that church. You don't even realize that your salvation is right here inside of you. Oh, you don't even believe that you can be. All right, we ain't gonna get into all that deep stuff because people are gonna start blasphemy. But I say that to say, like, we all are stuck in some kind of way up here, way in the mind that we all have to break. People feel like it's such a jump to question something, such a jump to just be curious about something. I'm sorry, I was raised to be that same way, but as I was growing up, I wasn't afraid to ask questions. And then the questions that did get answered, always got answered with lies that I found out down the line. So it's like, wait a minute. If everybody in my family is telling me the same lie or a different lie every single time I ask this same question, then what is really the truth? I got to search for myself because obviously they don't know. And when I come to my own truth, my own understanding, I start to realize something. I start to realize, nobody knows. Nobody knows why people do certain things or why they believe this, why they believe that. We just don't know. The only people that know is the people that started it. Somebody once said they did like a little experiment, right? They gave a person something to say in their ear and kept passing it down and see what happens when they get to the end, right? So they hit them in the ear with this story, right? But right here, they hit the next person, next person, next person, next person, next person. And then when it got to the end and he heard what was going on with the story, it was a completely different story. The process of the story getting passed down is always going to have some kind of change. Somebody always want to have some kind of level of importance, or they want to insert themselves or insert something dramatic just to make it more interesting for the next person. And I believe that because I used to do that. I used to be in school and exaggerate on what happened with these fights or what happened with this argument or what happened with this teacher. You know what I'm saying? It was times that I'll be sitting there like it was a simple disagreement, but because I wanted to have something extravagant to say to the homies once I leave the classroom, I go and make up a little small lies like, bro, like so and so just hit this person. It's like they didn't hit this person. It literally was just a disagreement, and that was it. But because I wanted to make something up, now people running with the lie. Now people like, yo, so and so hit this person, and they did this and they did that. Now so and so expelled. And it's like, wait a minute, this is how lies get started. This is how lies get spreaded, right? Because you told something that wasn't the truth, and somebody else exaggerated it to another 3%, and then another 6%, and then, it keeps building. So I say all that to say there's no telling just how many lies you've been living with in your whole life. There's no telling how many lies you've been living with in your whole life. Somebody could write it down and somebody can redo the writing, or somebody could write it down and somebody can rewrite what's been written. Somebody can explain it in a different way to make it interesting to them so they can make it interesting to others. But you never know this. You never know this. The whole thing is we don't know what we don't know. Nobody has never died and then came back, reincarnated, came back to tell us exactly what happens when you die. We don't know the process of what happens when you die. Well, now we got a lot of stories to people that be like the near-death experience type things and all that type of stuff. But even when you listen to them, if you in a Christian church, it's going to be all about heaven and hell. But if you out here in the real world listening to people that's saying that, it's going to be all about reincarnation and going to these dimensions and all this type of stuff and seeing all their past lives and just feeling connected and all that type of stuff. It happens. So you really can't believe that stuff either, because no matter where you go, it's a spectrum of stuff. And it seems like whatever you believe in, that's what you get. Right? So nobody has never died. Nobody has ever had that experience in death to let us know what's going on, what's really happening, what are we really in, if there really is a heaven or a hell. If this stuff is actually real, a lot of stuff that we think is real just trace back to stuff that happened a long time ago and people did this to manipulate each other. And then we end up believing it still, thinking that it was like something that was ancient from like the gods and all that type of stuff. But it wasn't. It was just regular people just telling lies. And that's my whole thing when it comes to my head is I don't like being lied to, and I don't like telling lies anymore. So when I go out here and search for my truth, let my truth be my truth. And then let your truth be your truth. There's nothing wrong. We don't got to judge or feel some kind of way about each other. You could be true and live in what you think is your truth, and I can live and be true in what I think is my truth. We don't have to be at odds about this. We can still be cool. We can still be family. Like, we can still be close. But that's just another way to separate us, bro. Whatever you believe in, somebody has to believe in. If they don't, then we at odds. Why? It's stupid. It's the same thing as being black and white. Why? It's stupid. Same thing being rich and poor. Why? It's stupid. We all could learn from each other. The thing is, people be like, don't take advice from somebody you don't want to switch lives with. It's like, my nigga, that's dumb as hell, bro. That's dumb as hell. You only want to take the life of this person because of the money and the fame and the power that they seem to have. But when you look at this person, real life behind all that stuff, they probably miserable as hell. They probably need a regular person to tell them how to go about their life. How you have a regular life, don't got the money, all that stuff, but you happy, you got a great family, they love you, they support you. But I can't get that, and I got millions of dollars. You never know, bro. People always want to equate more with better. But just because you got more don't mean you doing better. Just because you got less don't mean you doing bad. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I don't know, man. That's just me in my mind and how I feel about stuff, bro. I don't really care to sit here and discriminate against each other when at the end of the day, we all in the same position, no matter who we are, what we got, what's going on in our lives. We all trying to figure it out. We all don't really know the truth. We all trying to find the answers. We all trying to seek salvation. We all just trying to get it together. We all trying to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. You know what I'm saying? We all hurting. We all need some healing. We all need some prayer. That ain't gonna change. But the judgment has to stop. You know what I'm saying? The judgment has to stop, dog. That's really all this video was about, man. The judgment has to stop, bro. We can come together and be as one, bro. We don't gotta be separate from each other just because little dumb division lines is telling us to be divided, bro. That's stupid, bro. We can all be as one, bro. The judgment has to stop, bro. Peace.